Hello and good morning. You're watching Traders Next Door. I'm Edgar Katashabe, and this is the Daily Scoop. This week started off with some major tariff talks. President-elect Donald Trump has vowed that he's going to impose tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico. And this has sent shockwaves around the markets. Now, while a strong dollar might sound very positive, it does have its drawbacks. Analysts have warned that aggressive tariffs are going to put pressure on industries like international trade. They're going to squeeze multinational companies, and this is going to put a lot of pressure on emerging markets. And this could lead to even further dollar strength down the road once these fears start feeling all that pressure. And this sounds like it's very positive for the US dollar until you consider the fact that it is going to make US exports more expensive and add strain on countries that are currently holding a lot of US debt. So as this unfolds, us as traders, we're going to have to be on our feet just waiting for when this dollar strength actually kicks in. It's going to significantly affect USD pairs, and this is going to create a lot of opportunity in the short to medium term. So the dollar right now is a pair or a currency that you are going to need to closely watch. It's pretty much going to be a dollar wrecking ball. And we've already seen the first signs of this after the US elections when the dollar broke out of multi-year ranges. Right now, the dollar is looking super bullish, and it is prime opportunity to be looking for those volatile moves. And all this dollar strength that's yet to come and that's already come, like what could we expect, is going to be very interesting. The dollar right now is set by analysts to be a little bit on the optimistic side because it is working on the promise of Donald Trump coming in and actually imposing these things right off the bat. But with it being so overstretched right now, we could see a sell the news situation where the dollar actually does a corrective pullback once Donald Trump actually sets in. So it's not a given that dollar strength is going to immediately take over, but we could see in the long term that even if we do get a massive corrective pullback, both in the dollar and in US indices, that strength coming in later on is relatively expected. And with significant headlines coming in next week, such as inflationary data, jobless claims, ADP, NFP, and Big Daddy Powell himself speaking, this is going to set the tone for what the Fed is going to do come FOMC on the 18th of December. And that's going to set the tone for what's actually going to happen when Donald Trump takes office come January. So it's going to be a very interesting time in the markets. And even though we're winding up and going towards the end of the year, this is a time where we need to be paying very close attention. The markets are going to make big moves, and they're going to make those moves fast. So us as traders, we're going to need to be alert and awake even though the year is winding down. December is proving that it might be a very volatile month in the markets. Some analysts are expecting that the CPI and NFP coming in December are likely going to be significantly larger than they have been in the last several months. So this is a time to make a really good bag, make your December money, and have a really good holiday. Because come January, with Donald Trump in office, historically, his tenure as president saw a lot of volatility in the markets. So it is expected that his second run is likely to be more of the same. So it's going to be very interesting what's going to be happening next year. Very interesting now in December leading up to next year. And we're going to have to stay awake and alert and see what the trends are going to look like. So every opportunity that does come our way, we can take benefit of. And speaking of taking benefit, a lot of the traders in the Ultimate Trader have been making use of those opportunities. We have the top three right here on your screen right now. Top three, the exact same top three from last week with a little bit of a shakeup. We have Kyle Vessels in first place, his favorite pair to trade being gold. We have Mr. Goff in second place and A. Nell in third. So that top three cementing themselves on that leaderboard, but the next three below them not too far off. So if any of those three make any sort of mistakes, they could potentially lose their spot in that top 3. We have just over 2 weeks left of the competition. It is a race to the finish, and with the opportunities that are still to come in the market, it's still anyone's game. One massive trade could see the guy in 10th place rack up to first. So it's very interesting right now. We will be posting the full leaderboard on the Vault Funder Instagram page later today, so be on the lookout for that. Things are getting spicy. I've been Ed Kadashabe. This has been Traders Next Door, and you have just heard the Daily Scoop.